Here we go. All right. Court is back in session in cause number 330640. Case is style of State of Texas versus Nevada Demond Bates. We have Nevada Demond Bates, who is present on Zoom. Nevada Demond Bates was previously sworn in, and the court is going to go back over the information. Mr. Bates is represented here by his attorney, Ms. Lori Perazzo. Ms. Perazzo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Bates, I have before me an information that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about August 7th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, or transportation. Mr. Bates, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Bates, how do you plead? Not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, Mr. Bates, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
Okay.
Lord.
Yes.
Ms. Perazzo, which one is it?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Is it freely or
He's asking if you're pleading no contest freely and involuntarily, and if nobody's forcing you to do this, you're making this decision on your own.
Kind of broke up. Ms. Perazzo, I think your video kind of went out. I think you must be having some problems.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, it kind of went out at the end.
Okay. Mr. Bates, can you hear me?
yes, ma'am?
The judge is asking you if you're pleading freely and voluntarily. In other words, this is your decision to plead no contest, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And are you pleading no contest because you do not want to fight or contest the charges?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bates, I have before me another document. This document is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. On page 2 of this document, it has a set of initials, and the initials are NB. And these initials are on a line that is next to a box that is checked nolo contendere, and nolo contendere means no contest. Mr. Banks, did you place your initials in NB on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, Mr. Banks, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Banks, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir, I did.
I have another document before me. This document is titled Trial Court's Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And at the bottom of this document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Banks, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the top of this same document, Mr. Banks, there are two boxes checked. The first box that is checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And the second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you are giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Bates, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir. Ms. Perazzo, I said I was gonna sign it.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, Mr. Banks, your attorney, for some reason, she went off of Zoom. Just hold on a minute. She has to come back on Zoom. Okay, here she's coming back in right now. She's connected.
all right.
Okay, we're waiting for her to get her video to come on and she has to take it off of mute too.
I apologize. I don't know what happened.
Okay, now, hold on a minute.
Mr. Bates, okay. Okay, now, Mr. Bates, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Okay, now, Mr. Bates,
Yes.
the question that I was asking, did you sign the document out there on paper that was titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, Ms. Perazzo, you tried to, yeah.
Okay,
You know,
now,
that's the paper we were talking about yesterday, right?
right. Now,
Yeah.
Mr. Bates, before you signed all of these before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Ms. Perazzo, go over these documents with you?
She actually the bailiff went over it with, or the guard.
Okay, so you're saying when you talk to Ms. Perazzo and the documents that you signed,
On the
on the tablet,
tablet, yeah.
and the paper, did Ms. Perazzo go over these documents with you?
Yeah, on the tablet, yes, sir. And yeah, yes, sir. All of them.
All right, now, did you understand everything that Ms. Perazzo went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection.
State's Exhibit number 1 is admitted. And Mr.
I'd like to leave.
Mr. Ham, you also like to offer State's Exhibit number 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any
No
objection?
objection. No.
All right. Now, State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Ms. Perazzo, you have advised and counseled Mr. Bates. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Bates, your attorney, Ms. Perazzo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir. Did I? Did I get time, sir?
Now my question
Frazo.
was, are you satisfied with your attorney?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Bates, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State,
Your Honor,
state, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 30 days time served with all court costs to be taxed and retired.
Okay, Mr. Bates, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 30 days. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the $327 because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Bates, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Bates, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Bates, this will conclude your case. You're free to go. Knock on that door and follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
Thank
Good luck, Mr. Bates.
you. All right.
Must be Miss Coral.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Is he clear to go?
yes,
Okay.
we need Ms. Warrell next.
That's her.
Mr. Bates, you can go.
Yeah.
You ready? I need you to be quiet. Now I need you to be quiet in there and I need you to listen to them and only answer their questions, okay? Don't give anything else, just answer their questions, okay?
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
you too, come on. Have a seat right there. I've told her to listen to you and to answer your questions, okay?
Thank you. Judge, you're muted if you're talking to us.
Okay, we're back in session in cause number 330214, case of style the state of Texas versus Crystal Nicole Warwell. Crystal Nicole Warwell is present via Zoom. Ms. Warwell is being represented by her attorney, Ms. Lori Perazzo. Ms. Perazzo, the court has before it a psychiatric evaluation that was ordered in Ms. Warwell's case. And pursuant to Article 1.24 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, the proceedings and trials in all courts shall be public. However, pursuant to Lilly versus State, 365 Southwest 3rd, 321, the right to a public trial is not absolute and may be outweighed by other competing rights or interests, such as interest in security, preventing disclosure of non-public information, or ensuring that a defendant receives a fair trial. Ms. Perazzo, are you requesting that this case be closed to the public, or are you requesting that the case continue to be open to the public pursuant to?
Close to the public.
I'm sorry.
Ms.
Your
Perazzo?
Honor, yes, Your Honor, I would request that this trial be closed to the public.
Okay, the court finds that the party seeking to close the hearing must have advanced an overriding interest that is likely to prejudice the defendant by disclosing non-public information. The closure is no broader than necessary to protect that interest. The court have considered reasonable alternatives in closing the proceeding, and the court makes the findings is adequate to support a closure. So at this time, this competency trial is closed